So today Fujifilm offered their summit, which they were talking about some of their upcoming products and features and everything to the future. And being a Fuji X-Pro 2 user, one of my favorite cameras of all time, I'm obviously been interested in the Fuji X-Pro 3, in which they did talk about that they're announcing it officially at the end of October. So while we didn't get any actual real 100% specs in regards to the Fuji X-Pro 3, they did say on October 23rd is the official announcement for the actual camera, and we'll learn a little bit then. But they did give us a couple quick teasers that I'm gonna run through. No BS, let's dive into it, and we'll just kind of react and discuss a little bit in the comments and see, are you excited about what you're seeing so far? Because I've been, once again, the X-Pro 2 has been one of my favorite cameras of all time. I really just like the aesthetics of it, everything that it provides. It's fast, it's great for street photography, etc. It's very minimal, mirrorless, etc. The X-Pro 3, I really only needed maybe just a flip down screen, because I think it helps a little bit more with discreet shooting, even though I don't mind like holding this out, you know, and sneaking photos or anything. But that's kind of the only thing I wanted. Probably a new sensor just to upgrade a little bit. But other than that, here's what we found out today. So the X Pro line is for a lot of hybrid and street photographers out there. That's pretty much how the line got its popularity. And it's mainly distinguished from the XT line because of video features and everything used for those, and body stabilization, etc. So the X Pro 3, highly anticipated. It's been since like 2016, January, when it was announced, I believe. But here's what we heard today. It's gonna come in 3 different colors, right off the bat too, which is actually good, because the graphite version of the X Pro 2 was highly sought out for. It was hardly ever kept in stock, but it was a gorgeous looking camera. Once again, that's the graphite model. But what do we have now? We have, and this is another thing as well, these are all made of, they're going to be made of titanium, so it's going to be a little bit heavier. You're going to get a very durable product with it. So you have the first one, which is going to be titanium black, or black, so it's going to be this essentially, obviously with a better build. Then you have Dura Black, D-U-R-A, which is going to be more or less the graphite, which I would probably be interested in if I chose to upgrade. And then you're going to have silver. They're typical silver, but it's the first time bringing that into the X Pro line. So if you like that aesthetic as well, the silver on black, you're probably gonna have a good time. But the importance of the titanium is not a lot of camera companies use it anymore because it retains heat and it's heavier and it's a little bit more expensive. So it's interesting that they found a factory, you know, somewhere to build it out and to actually go that route. So it's gonna be titanium now. I wouldn't worry about the heat and everything like that, but who knows, maybe that's a factor and something to look into for a further review. Then they broke down how they're going to upgrade their viewfinder optically and electronically. And essentially, optically, it's just going to be brighter, there's going to be less distortion and a more field of view for whatever you're viewing. And then electronic, they said they're going to have a higher resolution, more of a wide color space, brighter and higher frame rate. I'm always optic. I don't ever really use electronic. But if you do, know that that might be a thing. How does that stack up to what's out there, to how Sony's doing electronically? We don't know yet, but we'll find out late October. And the biggest thing that they've seen, and it is the back of their camera, their biggest news. So instead of having this screen right here, they're having a hidden screen, one-way flip down screen. Basically, it's gonna be the back, and it's gonna be a little square electronic screen in the middle. It's going to basically replicate what the Fuji X-H1 has, where it'll display some of the camera information. Or if you're using some of the film simulations, you actually see it like the old school days of a film camera. You'll see like what you would put the square on the back, you know, the color and what film simulation using, etc., to give you back to the old days. And then if you want to actually reveal the screen to do some street shooting or etc., you flip it down, then you have your screen. But once again, it only comes down. It doesn't pivot or do anything. So it's limited, but you can essentially just look straight down with it, and I think it'll be okay. To me, I think they did a very, very yikes, weird, not necessary type of thing. I mean, I guess it's fine. I guess I got my tilt screen. They did remove the D-pad, I think. I think we just have the joystick, but I don't understand the design for that. I don't know. I've actually literally never heard. I've been on forums and, you know, on this YouTube and a lot of communities. I've never heard anyone say, I want a digital simulation of my film stock box on the back of my camera, and I want that to be primary. So, What's the design there? I don't know. It's very weird. It actually doesn't look good. I'm very disappointed that they went that route and they just didn't give more of an actual tilt screen like they displayed on some of the recent cameras, especially like the 50 line, you know, their medium format line. They actually have pretty good, you know, flip out screens, and that's all you needed. You didn't need to get this fancy or cheesy, in my opinion. But that being said, would that deter me from buying this camera? I don't know. I mean, it's obviously going to come down the price. It's made of titanium. It's got all these screens on it now, so the price is probably going to go up. You were able to get the Fuji X-Pro 2 for about $1,500, $1,600. So is this going to reach over $2,000? Fuji might be biting off a little bit more they can chew in that regards, but I think the design is actually kind of bad. For a company that makes a very, very good-looking functional camera, I'm very perplexed by that decision. But maybe you guys and girls like the design that they chose. Let me know that down below. Once again, is it going to impact functionality? Probably not. It's probably going to kill the battery life, though. Maybe you can choose to have it off all the time, too. But we'll find out in late October. But pending price and the functionality of that little screen, I don't know. It looks bad, in my opinion. But I'm sure the camera's going to be fine. I'm not as hyped as I thought what the X-Pro 3 would be. They chose a bad design, in my opinion. But I will still love to get my hands on it and see what it can actually do. Because I've been looking, once again, I like this camera, but I've been looking to move on. But that's everything we've heard about the X-Pro 3. So a lot of nothing, a little bit of the things we've kind of heard the leaks on and everything like that. But let me know your thoughts down below. Is the design alone pretty much the only thing we can talk about something to deter you from? Let me know down below.